How's it going, everyone? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Replit Agent and how you can use it to go about quickly building your own software tool for a need that you have. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I was looking to transcribe an audio file that I had. And typically, when it comes to audio transcriptions, I will use an audio or video editing tool like Gling AI or Descript. These are both great audio and video editing tools, but I had run out of credits for Gling, and I had also tried Gemini and it wasn't working at the time, and I was getting a little frustrated. So I said to myself, what would it look like if I just went over to Replit Agent and built one out myself? Could I do this in a relatively quick manner? And so that's exactly what I did. And to my avail, I was able to put together an audio transcription tool where you just upload your audio file and it'll return back to you the actual transcription. And so in this video, I'm going to be showing how I put that together, how you can do this for a use case like this or any other use case that you have using Replit Agent. And so going over to Replit Agent here, basically what I did was I thought about what the best API to integrate would be. And if you have seen my previous videos, you'll see that I did a video on make.com where I built out an interface with a bolt.new, where it was a nice interface that you could upload a file to, an audio file to. It'll transcribe it on the back end with make.com and then repurpose it into content. In this example, we are simply using Replit Agent, and the full production of the tool is just using Replit, and the API is connected to Replit, and any sort of processing and exporting would all be done within Replit. So I looked at what would be the best tool to do the transcription part of it. And so the best tools on the market from what I've seen and experienced are Assembly AI, and there's also DeepGram. For this, I decided let's go ahead and use Assembly AI. And so I first went to Assembly AI. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this Python SDK to the Replit Agent chat. And we're going to type in here a prompt. Let's say, help me create an audio transcription tool, a modern interface, both with the option to upload a file and paste a URL. Use the following Python SDK with the instructions listed to create tool. All right, so that'll let it know that it's to use the Python SDK. And one of the things I like about Replit Agent now, and it's really come a long way since I first started using it, is that when I first started using Replit Agent, I mean, it was bugs all over the place. And so I really couldn't consider it usable. You were basically forced to use the regular Replit and maybe sometimes the Replit AI feature that they had. But now they have different aspects that kind of takes you along a whole user journey, starting with the agent from the ideation standpoint to what they now have called the assistant, Replit Assistant, for further editing. You have a way of being able to view your progress, the console where you see the outcome of what gets coded, and then you can actually go ahead and deploy it. So it can be end to end. So it says here, I'll create an audio transcription tool using Streamlit and Assembly AI, and it'll be a clean modern interface. And we're just gonna have it do the initial prototype for now. So now on one side, you see we have the code, and then on the other side, we have the communication, the chat communication. And so we'll see what it comes up with here. And so Streamlit is a Python framework that makes it a little bit easier to build out software. All right, so here we go. So it says, it's now asking if I can see the audio transcription tool and the API key input field. So the answer is yes, I can see it. So it's asking to input the API key. So I'm going to go over to Assembly AI, come back and input the API key. It's giving you these file requirements here for added explanation. And then I can drag and drop one of my files. Let's see if it uploads here. Perfect, uploading. And now we're going to see it process the transcription. Perfect. So it processed it as it should. And then you see here, we got a copy of the full transcript, and then we have a detailed breakdown. It actually gives you timestamps, which is pretty dope. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it is showing the interface with the API key input. All is good. Let's let it move to the next step. So we have already tested it with the audio file. I've provided the audio file, and we move forward and get this deployed. So I mentioned that one of the things that's pretty dope about Replit Agent is that it uses MCP, which is the model context protocol for something that Anthropic, the founders of Claude, created, and it will take a snapshot of what's on the screen, and then it'll act based on that snapshot. And so it's actually able to self-perpetuate and build your app without much intervention from your end. And then you have the Replit Assistant, so you can continue building out new features, or you could, in here, in this case, switch to the Assistant to refine it, and you can even build out features with the Replit Assistant, but you start to kind of take over a little bit more from the assistant standpoint. So you would go through the different files, maybe you'd prompt to see where changes may need to occur or what may need to be tweaked. Then you're able to view the progress, able to see the console, which is where the output comes. And then the web view, which is the actual application, you're able to view the actual application. So I'm going to say here, can we prepare this for deployment? All right, so I'm going to say continue with the agent. So it looks like it's asking me to continue. All right, now it's moving. All right, so let's see the key, make sure, okay, looks good, continue. And then if you go to the top right of Replit, you're able to actually see the secrets tab, which will show you the different API keys that you have inputted. You also have the account secrets, which would be other third-party integrations that you have. So you see here, I have the OpenAI integration. So if I want to connect the chat to this, I can directly connect with OpenAI. It's great news. The audio transcription app is ready to be deployed. It's already configured correctly and can be deployed right away. Since you're using Replit, it'll be automatically deployed and accessible through the Replit URL. Because this is going to run a Replit server. The app will run 24/7 as long as the Replit instance is active. Would you like me to verify if everything's working properly with the API key? I'm going to say yes. Is the application able to automatically detect the API key? And is the transcription working? All right, so now it has put the API key on the back end, and it shows the file requirements. All you have to do, or should have to do, is just upload your audio file. That'll load in there, process, and then it'll begin transcribing. If you go again to that secrets tab, you can see the API is in there. That looks good. Oh, it looks like when I clicked out of here, it stopped processing. So let me try that again. Perfect. So looks good. So we got the full transcript here based on how I formatted it, and then it has this detailed breakdown where it'll show you the different speakers. And this was taken from a conversation that I had with a friend on AI and technology and the impact of it on our society. So there you have it. So now, just to see this through with the deployment, if you go to the top right, you can literally click on deploy. You have 4 different options for deployment: reserved, VM, autoscale, static, scheduled. Autoscale is basically, it'll scale up and down based on the demand. So the more demand there is, the more compute it'll use. And so for something like this, which is dynamic, but may not necessarily need to always be on, autoscale would be a good option. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to click approve and configure. And then we can hit add deployment. Looks like Assembly AI, Assembly AI is already added. And we'll call this audio transcription tool, I'm going to call it PM or PM2, since I already had the first one. It's going to prepare that deployment. It'll go through 4 steps. And once that's done, you'll have your own audio transcription tool that you can use or that you can offer to someone else. And this was literally me solving a need that I had in the moment, that I've been paying $15 a month for, in order to just to do the transcript, just to transcribe. And within an hour, I was able to build and deploy a transcription tool that'll do that, that'll play that role for me. And you can think about the different use cases and needs that you may have met, that you can now go about working out with these kinds of tools, your Replit agents and so on. So it looks like it was successful. And so now if we take this link right here and paste it into your browser, you have the tool that comes up. And just to verify one more time, There you have it. So this is how you build out software from end to end using Replit Agent. I gave you some information on Replit as a whole and the different functionality of it. You can use Replit from a traditional standpoint, or you can use the agent, which will actually take you along a user journey from ideation all the way to deployment. And this is only going to continue to improve and get better over time. If you'd like to learn more about how to build these tools with AI, we just started a community called the Pentridge Club. And in the Pentridge Club, we're going to be focused to start with AI and how to build these different kinds of tools and leverage these tools, these AI tech tools, to empower what you build, whether it's creating your own software, whether it's building for others, whether it's automation and automated workflows. We currently have up a set of videos on building software with AI, where we go through V0 by Vercel, we go through Replit, and a couple of other tools that would be very helpful for just kind of taking this further and gaining a mastery in this space. We know that this is where the future is, and we'll over time be taking it to discussing AI in different kinds of angles, how it can impact, or how you can best use it for whatever your needs are, whether it's professionally, whether it's as a business owner. And we'll be going into emerging tech like blockchain, cryptocurrency, and talking about being able to spot and how to go about investing in these different sort of asset classes, from crypto into other spaces. And so if you'd like to join this community of forward-thinking entrepreneurs, creators, professionals, click the link in the description and you can request an invite to join this from the ground up. We're starting this as a free community and it's just getting started. So hope to see you in there, and I look forward to building with you. But with that, you've got your audio transcription tool. This is how you build a software tool quickly using Replit Agent. If you like what you saw, please also subscribe to this channel. I'll be bringing you more and more content around AI, automation, investing. And if you have any requests, please put them in the comments or shoot me a message. But until next time, happy building.